Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Hollow Knight. In the last episode, we basically finished up all of Crystal Peak, missing a few areas, like that top area that we can't quite go to, and that little bottom area that we actually plan on going to today. But we also got a new power-up, and got a new bit of health, as you can see at the top left. So, that's neat. We also got the lantern, and I opened more things in Sly's shop. Like I guess that's basically everything we did. We didn't really fight any bosses last episode. In fact, we fought none. We didn't fight any bosses. I made that clear at the beginning of the episode that we probably weren't going to, and I don't think we are going to be doing much of that this episode either. Now I know two bosses in a row without bosses is something else, but Deep Nest is a boss of its own. I don't believe Deep Nest even has... Oh, no, it does. It does, I think. And I'm just being crazy. Just wilding out. But yeah, I think the most important thing that we did last episode was get the crystal power-up that y'all just witnessed. So, yeah. We also got more health, which is always a nice thing to have. More health is definitely a fantastic thing. Just one more hit is, leagues better. I could make one more platformer mistake than I could before, and that is truly incredible. I can't go that way. I should probably know that. Will I remember that? Of course not. We're only going to be back here for maybe 5 minutes. You know what we really should do is get upgrades for our sword more. I like to be able to kill a lot of these guys in one more hit. Now, once you have your sword fully upgraded, or your nail, sorry, you won't be able to hit everything. Of course not, but still. Now, as you can see with the lantern, we can actually see, like, leagues more. And that's what we want. We just want to be able to see enough so that I can see the platforms. I wasn't able to before, and well, now I'm lucky enough to be able to. What's over here to the right? Well, let's come over here. Let's head inside. Because it seems to be something. Seems to be a something. Because I actually don't remember what it is. But I need the ground pound, so I guess that's a good place to start. I also see that it is possible to drop down here. Where would this lead me? I don't know. Oh my god, I know exactly where this leads me. Good to know. We shouldn't be down here yet. But we are. I don't have that. Oh, shit. Oh, no. This was not what I wanted to do today. I didn't know. I thought I was doing something good, and I was wrong. So what is this over here? Well, this is an area we needed to go. For plot reasons. If we come up here, as you can see, we are blocked in. Now, I don't know if this messes us up any, but to protect the vessel, the dreamers lay sleeping. Monomon, the teacher, in her archive, surrounded by a fog and mist. Lorien, the watcher, in his spire, looking over the city. Hera, the beast, in her den, amidst the deep darkness beyond the kingdom. Through the devotion, Hollowness lasts eternal. I could read so much better. I'll get into why very soon. But 3 dreamers. Dreamers' locations added to map. Go no further, little shadow. What compels it to climb out of the darkness? What compels it return to this sacred kingdom? A call from beyond the seals. By the vessel, or by that captive light. Would the seals break? They cannot be undone. But the vessel weakens. That plague springs anew. They must be undone. Yet still our steels remain. Our duty holds. It must be cast away. Our duty holds. It shall be done. Hi. Are you the dreamers? Yo, what the fuck did I eat? Fade away, little shadow. Fade away and let us sleep in peace. No. Don't tell me what to do. I'll fuck you up. I don't think I did much fucking. Bruv. Hi. Hey. You wanna come back? I don't know what this place is. Dude, like, I wasn't even... This was not an intention. I'm literally meant to go to Deep Nest this episode. That was literally my intention. Technically, we still can, but this was not what I wanted. You see, I meant to go and get whatever that thing was down there. I needed to slam jam, but I didn't have it. You gotta point me in the right direction, man. Alright, I'll listen to you. What a terrible fate they visited upon you. To cast you away into this space between body and soul. Would you accept their judgment and fade slowly away? Or will you take the weapon before you and cut your way out of this sad, forgotten dream? Dog, I don't know what you mean, but this looks like a nice little lollipop, and I'm picking it up. That is not a lot. I don't know why. I'm just hungry. Taking the dream nail. Hold triangle to charge and slash with the nail. Cut through the veil between dreams and waking. Yo, is that you, Jeffrey Epstein? Did you drug me? Like, what happened? Ah, you've returned. Welcome back to the waking world. Those who seek those dreamers, they reach out with their little power. They still haven't dragged you into that hidden place. But the talisman you now wield, the dream nail, it can cut through the veil that separates the waking world from our own dreams. Even the dreamers themselves cannot hide from such a weapon. Though I must admit that Sacred Blade has dulled over time. Together, perhaps we can restore its power. You only have to bring me essence. Essence, the precious fragments of light the dreams are made of. Collect it wherever you find it. Bring it to me. Once we have enough, we can work wonders together. Go out into the world, wielder. Hunt down the essence that lingers there. Collect 100 essence and return to me. I will teach you more. It seems we need to collect 100 essence. What is this place? It's the resting grounds. That was not intentional. If we use the dream nail on this little object right here, we can go around and pick up these little red spots that show up. This is essence. Now, we're collecting one at a time, and you might think, if I have to collect 100 for just the first thing, let alone anything, what's it going to be like in the future? Well, I'll tell you right now, this is not the only way to unlock essence. Actually, there's much more profitable ways of doing it, and we already plan on doing them anyways. But what does it mean for us? Essence is like another currency that's like... Imagine the premium currency of it, like an app game. It's premium for a reason. It gives you stuff. What stuff in this case? A lot. You need a certain amount of essence before you can like fully awaken the blade. I believe it's 800. But the max essence you can put into the blade is, I believe, 2,400. It might be more than that. But with that in mind, that's what we have to do. And we already missed Cornifer. Being very late. Now, I'd like to keep this area for a future notice. We'll be coming back here actually a decent amount. But the real reason I want to come back here is because there's more for us to find. There's more areas that we can unlock from it, and there might even be a boss. You might think it's the resting grounds. Where would there be a boss and the resting grounds of all areas? Well, the question is an understandable one, and as you probably just saw, we have a new visitor. With the Dream Nail now unlocked, we can actually fight. Once we fight things, you know, we'll fight things, and we'll kill things, and some of them die. And we can see their ghost. In this case, he's dead. Anything that's dead in a grave and has this, we can talk to. Will I? No. Just more dialogue. But it's important to know that these guys exist. Why? Because we've actually seen a few places that they've already existed. For one, we've ran right past one somewhere in here. And as you heard, the Dreamers were added to the map. Well, the Dreamers are these little upside-down teardrop-looking things. There's 3 of them. We have the Watcher. We have the Watcher, which is this one, that can be found in the City of Tears. We have the... I don't know what his name is. The Teacher, which seems to be found under Green Path and above Green Station. Very important. And then we have Hera the Beast. Hera the Beast is also very important. I don't want to come over here yet. Keep in mind that these places are in areas that we mostly haven't been to yet. Even the Watcher, being that it is in City of Tears, we haven't been to the area where he lies, nor will we be able to go through that area where he lies quite yet. And each one of these entities is not going to be very easy to find. However, with that in mind, technically with that collected, it's going to be weird to say, but we are halfway through the game, story-wise. What do I mean? Well, this game is incredibly short. And you might think to yourself, you might be thinking to yourself, but you've told me that you've spent 67 or so hours on this game, and you'd be correct. I have. It's not always the story that makes us so interested in what we have to do. But I've already said it before. This game has multiple endings. Where will we find them is the real question, but they're there. We'll have to, bitch and moan our way through them like we do normally, but they're there. And there's 5 of them, but technically there's only 3 of them. I'll probably do 4 of them. But it's a key. It's key. I'm gonna die if I'm not careful. Wow, I almost just died. Because, again, not being careful. Oh, God. Oh, fuck. I don't know where I sat last. Right, of course, in this area. Should have guessed. Now, it sucks that we can't actually go up from here. I would love to just be able to teleport all the way up here, and it seems that we won't be doing Deep Nest now, and we might have to go work on trying to get that next episode, because I do want to see what's over here. I actually forget what it is, but I'm invested. Now, I'm invested now, so I have to. But I think with the Dreamers unlocked, a lot more changes than what is seen to the naked eye. I mean, I don't know why I did that. That was just straight dumb. That was just straight dumb. But there's a lot more that has changed that has not been seen. And it's important to realize that, you know, everything changes. Now, I know we're going through bit by bit of this game and slowly going through every area, but this game changes as a whole. Once you've done one thing, the entire game switches over. I'm not quite sure that had quite the effect that this did, where everything changes, but there will be things that we do later on in the game that will have effects that are just, that change the whole concept of areas, and that will blow our minds. And create interesting situations and show us new things and new enemies and a few more bosses than we would have known. And we'll get to see them through time. Hey. I'm so good. I'm so good at fighting you. I'm the best. Don't even fuck with me. Dude, I am single-handedly better than everyone else. This isn't even just at the game, just in general. I'm just so fantastic. I love, I'm not a very confident person, but I love, like, absolutely love just being stupidly confident with just dumb stuff. It's fun. It is. Dude, I'm an idiot that literally was there so that I could break this. Crystallized mound. Yo, I don't know. Mounds? The chocolate bar, almond, the coconut. It's not a chocolate bar, it's coconut. That coconut freaking bar, it's aight. Nothing to write home about. Now, if you look at this area very carefully, you will see that the architecture of it, I know I'm getting into the level design here. The architecture of this level is very interesting, as we've seen something that's very similar to this already. When? Well, I'm not going to tell you that because that would kind of give it away, but recently. Again, you might ask, how recently? Stop asking stupid questions. I don't know if you remember this guy. I don't even know if it's the same guy. But hitting it 8 times. I don't know why it took so long. We just gained a new power. Consumed the Descending Dark. What is this? Is a more powerful it's a more powerful version of the slam. Does it take more soul? I don't know. However, what I do know is that it is more powerful than what we already have. By a lot. You're not really supposed to get that upgrade yet, because you're just not. Like, we got the normal slam not too long ago. And when I say you're not supposed to, of course you can. But I feel like it's not like a thing that they would have thought immediately. Also, I'm curious. No, that was just me being dumb. Okay, that's fine. Trust me, getting that is, like, fantastic. That's going to do a shit ton of damage for us. And it's going to allow us to do really nothing more other than the fact that it just does a lot of damage. I'm fine with that. It's just important to note that it does. Now that we're back at the resting ground, there are a few things I would like to do. For one, remember how we fell here, and I kind of didn't talk about this at all earlier? Well, now that we're back, if we come over here, now that we have the tree nail, we can actually listen to this guy. Stop there. Those who try to leave this kingdom are cursed. Better to rest here, till time itself sleeps. Hope and freedom, I thought that strength alone could grant me these things. In my dreams, I could cut that plague with my nails. And then I turned my weapons upon the king. When I awoke into this sacred place, I begin to understand. Those who hope are already doomed. Do you still hope, wanderer? Flee, not flee. Will you flee, or will you raise your weapon and doom us both? Yo, fuck you, dude. So, this is a boss. This is one of the bosses we have to fight. So, with the activation of the Dream Nail, there, I believe, are 5 Dream Warriors we have to fight. And a few more bosses that have been added that we've already fought. What does that mean for us? Actually, it means a lot. With the death of some of these bosses, they actually grant a lot of essence. Some up to 300 essence. I think others are more. And they are just very difficult parts. They're very difficult recreations of bosses. For example, we've actually fought 2 bosses that already have Dream Nail counterparts. You'll take them as the False Knight and the Soul Master. They both have Dream counterparts that we'll get to meet at another time, but I'll continue with this in a second. Ah, I see them now. Those who turn against the king are doomed as soon as they raise their weapon. Do not call me a traitor, simply call me a fool. I knew you will not flee. Wherever you go, I will be watching. And with that, 120 essence. Cursed are those who turned against the king. The king? We don't know the king. The king seems to be an interesting man to know. But walking over here, we're back to the shrine, and it tells us the exact same things that we've already seen. Monoman the teacher, Lorien the watcher, and Herod the beast. Now, they seem like very big, and they seem like big, boss-like enemies. Now, I'm not going to tell you whether they are or not, but they're very important names. Now, I said earlier in the episode that we've actually kind of reached the halfway point, and the game's quite short. Once we beat these 3 guys, remember, they hold the seals. The black egg opens, which is where we decide that we need to go. So, Wielder, you've returned. Let me have a look at that Dream Nail. You've already collected 100 essence. Quick work. Things are coming naturally to you, don't they? No wonder the dreamers tried to bury you in that old dream. Perhaps you frightened them, or perhaps, being prisoner themselves, they desire your company. In any case, you still have a long way to go. Take this odd trinket as encouragement for me, and return when you've collected 200 essence. A Hollowness Seal. Now, as you can probably tell, she doesn't give much right now, and she won't for a good decent while. However, keep in mind that she is here. We won't come back to visit her for a good while, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But keep it in mind, because, well, it's important. We actually want to come back here once we have a lot of essence. It doesn't need to be a ton, but a lot is always needed. I think it's 800 to get us what we need to actually play the game farther than we can immediately. And I believe, like I said before earlier in the episode, that 2,400 is the max. Keep that in mind and keep it with kind of a grain of salt, because I don't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure that's the numbers. I can double check. It's actually an achievement. But it's important to note that those are the things we need. Right now we have 1,000. We know we have 120. And while it doesn't seem a lot, that's actually 5%. We've already gotten 5% of essence we need. So that's neat. Now, we've already visited these areas before. However, the reason I want to come back down here is because I want to head down to... I want to head on down to... Give it a second. I don't know where to go from here. Hold on. To the right. It's to the right. I want to go down to the Deep Nest. Remember that one area that we said that was pain and we needed the lantern? Yeah, this is that area that we're going to. Because... Why? Well, there's a few reasons. One of them's a death wish, and the other one is because... two of them, actually. There's 2 reasons. And I can tell you both. One, because I have a death wish. Two, because there's Zote. Yeah, he never said it, but Zote's down there, and if you don't save him, he dies. We'll do you later. Probably not, actually. I don't like doing those. They give you so little essence, and you can get a lot of essence just by fighting bosses. So a lot of the time, I don't really worry about doing those unless I'm like 5 or so away. And if you don't feel like that's the right thing to do, go for it and do it. I don't really mind. It just means that it'll be a little bit harder for me to collect all the essence. We can also, while we're here, come over here and use this bench that's right here. This is a new area that we have yet to even be to. Oh, his name's Zero, by the way. I never said that. It's a new area that we haven't been to. And I don't think there's too much here, but I think if we come up here, there's something in here. Damn right there is. The Mark of Pride. Ah, yes, very good. The Mark of Pride greatly increases the range of the bearer's nail, allowing them to strike foes from further away. Now, this is a very good charm. I actually probably use this right now if I didn't have a large lack of charm notches. But very good. Also coming over here, we unlock the Hollowness Seal, which is not anything unusual. And a lot of Geo, which is always accepted. This little area is only needed for that charm and that bench, but it is a nice little bonus to come over here and get all that stuff before you couldn't. So that's always nice. And the only area we have yet to go to, not be to, is down here. Say hi to our lovely Mantis Lords. And continue on over here. And moving on. Welcome back to the Deep Nest. So now that we are going through the Deep Nest, a few things you want to keep in mind. For one, you're here? I'll take it. I didn't know you were here. I'll take that. I'll take it. Thank you. I didn't know he was there. But the Deep Nest is one of the larger areas in the game. How large? Fucking huge, guy. It's kind of crazy how big Deep Nest is. As you could see, Deep Nest only looks like that. And when I say only, I mean only. Because there is so much more to Deep Nest than we will ever know. And me saying that is also wrong. We're going to know a lot about Deep Nest. Just give it time. The little tidbit about this area is that it's dark as fuck and scary. And a lot of buggy bugs, as you could probably guess. And lastly, a lot of these centipede worm things. And these things, fuck them. That's what I had to say. This area is terrible in a delightful way. It's as terrible as Blighttown is, but in a more delightful way. Just, it just sucks to go through, but it's memorable as fuck. And that's not necessarily a bad thing in a game like this. It's just notable. This area is just difficult, and a lot of moving around, a lot of jumping. And I'll say this one last time, it's a memorable place and it sucks. But we have to go through it nonetheless. Out of all the areas, this is the most necessary one. So yeah. I also don't like the enemies in this area. There's one enemy that we're going to come across that is just the worst. And he is much farther into Deep Nest. But again, just the worst. And I'm actually happy that we got to Deep Nest this episode. I was worried that we weren't going to, but we did. And that's impressive. It is. I stuck to my word. It doesn't always happen. I'm trying to remember my way through these areas. Because, like I said, this area is huge. And I meant it. Every area here goes to another area or is connected in some way. And the whole thing looks very similar to one another. I mean, we'll find our way through. Just give it time. I'm sure we'll be fine. Was there anything down here? Yes. Why is this here? Oh, nothing. Nothing. It's not even here for anything. That's what Deep Nest is. Just shit. It's just shit in a bucket. That is what I've called it before, and that is what I will... That is the guns I will stick to. Okay. It is terrible, and as you might have seen, I think we saw another one of us earlier. I don't know why he's there, but I think I saw him. Ah! Yeah, stop it. Wasn't he right here? Let's rest. There's so much to this area. To give you an idea of how big this area is, I know it's a little spoilery. This area, right here, spans from this point where I am right now, all the way to the Mantis area, and a little bit past that. All the way to Hera. All the way. All the way there. This entire block area here is Deep Nest. You wanna know how that's fun for us? It's the biggest, one of the biggest areas of the game. That's just tunnels. Yeah. Deep Nest is the worst. So, I think it's best we leave this episode here and continue on wherever is left for next time. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. In the next episode, we're going to continue on through Deep Nest and hopefully, you know, find some goodies. I love you guys. Don't forget to subscribe and like and comment. Show this to your grandma and show it to your family. And don't play it at a funeral, but play it at a wedding. And don't forget to kiss your girlfriend good night. Thank you. Everybody have a good day. Bye.